topics covered in this lecture. In this video lecture, you learn how to find out a function using function library and using the insert function dialog box. You will also learn how to work with the function arguments dialog box. In this video tutorial, we shall learn how to insert functions into Excel formulas. You already know a way. The way is type an equal sign in the cell where you want to put the function, then type the first some characters of the function name, find and select the function in the drop-down list, double click on the function name. The function will be inserted into the formula. Then you insert the arguments into the function bracket and then press return. This is the way you have learned. There is a problem with this way. You have to know the function name to insert in this way. If you don't know the function name, you cannot use this method. I shall discuss two more methods that you can use to insert functions into the Excel formulas. The first way is using the function library. Click on the Formulas tab. Formulas ribbon is displayed. You see a group named Function Library. Category-wise functions are listed in this group. The first category is AutoSum. You already know how to use AutoSum command to insert sum function. Click on the drop-down part of the AutoSum command. You will find more functions such as average, count numbers, max and min. In the recently used drop-down list, you will find the functions that you have used recently. Move your mouse pointer over a function. You see a short description about the function is displaying. If you want to know more about the function, you can click on the Tell Me More link in the display window. You will be taken to Excel help window. In the financial drop-down, you will find the functions that are related to financial calculations. In the logical drop-down, you will find the functions related to logical operations. There are also text, date and time, lookup and reference, and math and trigonometry related groups. In the More Functions group, you will get functions related to statistics, engineering, cube, information, compatibility, and web. Except the functions in the AutoSum dropdown, if you click on any function in these categories, function arguments dialog box will appear. Say I click on the sum function in the AutoSum dropdown. You see the function is executed in the worksheet. Function arguments dialog box don't appear. Press escape in the keyboard. But if I click on the sum function in the recently used category, you see the functions argument dialog box appears. Say I click on text drop down and select find function. Function arguments dialog box appears. Here is the name of the function and here is a little description about the whole function. These are the arguments of the find function. You know a little bit about function arguments. The find function has three arguments. The first one is the find text argument. It is a text type argument and it is a compulsory argument. Compulsory means you have to use this argument. How do I know that this argument is compulsory? This argument is compulsory as the argument name is in bold text. The most important thing of using function arguments dialog box is you can see the details description of the arguments. My cursor pointer is now in the find text field. So find text argument description is showing here. I click on the within text argument field. You see now the within text argument description is showing here. I click on the start num field. You see the description of start num argument is here. Start num is an optional argument. If any argument is listed in regular font, not in bold font, they are regarded as optional argument. It is a number type argument. Here after formula result, you will get the quick result of your function. Say I input W in the find text field. You see here, use double quotes to match the first characters in the within text. I click on the within text field. Text is now changed as W in double quotation. If you want to use cell references, type the cell address in the field, deleting this entry, or you can just click on this link and select the cell. Back to the dialog box. In the within text field, I input my name cursor or delete the direct entry and refer the cell where the text is. Press enter. You see the result is showing here. Start num argument is blank. I did not input anything in this field. You can leave it as blank as it is an optional argument. To know more about the function, you can click on this help on this function link. So this is how you can work with function arguments dialog box. I click OK. You see the result is showing in the cell. My target was not to teach you how find function works. I have just used it as an example, but as a reference I can say that Using find function, you can find out the position of a character in a text. W character is in the third position in text cursor, so it is showing 3. If I type here character R and press enter, you see the result is now 6. As R character is in the 6th position in the text. Now I type T and press return. You see the cell is now showing an error as there is no T in this text. The next way to insert a function in a formula is using insert function dialog box. You can open insert function dialog box in more than one way. You can use insert function command in the formulas ribbon. You see the shortcut keys is Shift plus F3 key. Click on the command. You see function argument appears, insert function does not come. The reason is right now the active cell has a formula. I click on cancel, select a blank cell and click on the insert function command. You see the insert function dialog box appears. Cancel. Click on recently used drop down. Insert function is at the bottom. Financial at the bottom insert function. Logical insert function. Text insert function and so on. Accept more functions and the AutoSum drop down. Every category has the insert function command at the bottom of the drop down list. I click on logical drop down and choose insert function. Insert function dialog box appears. Using insert function dialog box, you can search for a function. Say I type find a character within a text in the search for a function field. I click on go command. You see the search result. First finding is search function, then find function. Below the list field, there is a description of the selected function. I select the find function. Description of find function is showing here. I choose search function. Search function description is here. I choose match function. Match function description is here. You can also choose a category here. Click the drop down. You see the function library categories are listed here. If I choose financial, all the finance related functions will be showed. If I select date and time, then all the date and time related functions will be listed. I click on the recommended as this is the search list. I select the find function and I click OK. You see the function arguments dialog box appears again. So this is how you can work with the insert function dialog box. Let's give you some important tips about inserting functions. This cell has a formula. Say you want to add a function to this formula. How you can do this? Double click on the cell. The cell formula is now in the editable mode. You can edit the formula in the cell or you can edit the formula in the formula bar. I prefer you to use the formula bar as you will have more space here to work with. At the end of the formula, I input plus sign. Click on text drop down, find function. Function arguments dialog box appears. Select cell reference, select W cell, press return and then select cursor cell. Press return. You see the result is 153. As the newly added find function in the formula is adding 3 to the previous sum 150. Click OK. The next tip is remember that some functions may have more than one form. Say index function. Select another cell in the worksheet. Open the insert function dialog box. Search for index function. And click OK. You see this function has two forms. Before using index function, you have to select which form you want to use. Say I choose second form and click OK. Function arguments dialog box appears. Cancel. You see no function is added to the cell. These are the key takeaways from this lecture. You will get the downloadable copy of it with the exercise files and also in the lecture resources window. This summary will help you to grab the overall discussion of the video, print it or use it in your own way. Summary of the lecture. You have learned the following topics in this lecture. You have learned how to find a function for use in Excel formula and you have worked with the options of the function arguments dialog box.